Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sophisticated Saturday. Today we are going to work together to get through my to-do list. I have little baby Owen here. We're gonna try some baby wearing and see how that works out and see if he can hang out with us while I get some stuff done around the house. So if you guys are ready for it, let's jump right into the video.
It won't go away. I've got that feeling rushing through my body. I know that it is here to stay. It's like you're my personal Illuminati.
Even though things can be crazy hectic as a brand new mom, I still find such passion with baking. I find that it calms me and relaxes me. It's also nice to have a little treat around the house. And I knew that Jim's family was coming over. A few of his family members had not met the baby yet, so they were going to come over. And I know there's no pressure as a new mom to act as a hostess or anything for people coming over, but it is, again, something that makes me really happy and something that I love doing. So I wanted to make some chocolate chip cookies for them when they came over. Jim's big thing about cookies is that they have to be soft. He's not a fan of any hard cookies, so like ginger snaps or any thin, crispy cookie, not his thing. He likes when they are nice and soft and chewy. So in my recipe binder that I've been trying to go through and make all of the recipes that are in there, so if I don't like them, I can pull them out of my recipe binder and know not to make them again. There was one recipe for cookies, and it was a chocolate chip peanut butter cookie that I had never made before, and it said chewy on it, and the reviews looked like it was nice and soft, so I decided to give these a whirl, and Jim said they were the best cookies that I have ever made. So if you're looking for a chewy chocolate chip cookie and you're like Jim and you like softer cookies, this cookie is the way to go. It was a crowd pleaser. His whole family loved it. I loved them. The only thing that I didn't really like is that this recipe had corn syrup in it. I don't typically cook with corn syrup or bake with corn syrup and had to buy it special for this recipe. There wasn't a ton of it in there, but that could be the reason that it was a softer cookie and stayed softer for days and days after I made them. So sometimes I talk you through the exact ingredients I'm putting into the recipe and put them on the screen so you can see as I'm adding things in. And sometimes if it's an option, I will link the recipe in the description box below. Today, I am going to just link the recipe in the description box below, but I would love to hear from you when I do these cooking and baking portions of a video or do a full dedicated video of cooking and baking. What do you prefer? What's easiest for you? Is it easiest for you to have direct links if that's possible? Of course, that's not always possible for me to have a link to a website or something like that for each recipe. Or do you like when I talk through it, or if I put it on the screen, or some sort of combination? Do you like all three? Or it could be a fourth option that you don't really care about the exact specifics. You don't necessarily make the same recipes that I do, but you just like hanging out and watching as I cook or bake, which is totally cool as well. I like watching just other people on YouTube as well. And every now and then we'll make a recipe that they share, but sometimes I just like watching those videos and watching my favorite YouTubers. The only change I did make to this recipe is that it had instructions to add chopped semi-sweet chocolate to it. So I just did half semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then the other half I did dark chocolate chunks. And I would highly recommend the combo of the semi-sweet and the dark chocolate. I think it added a little bit of something to it. And the dark chocolate chunks, because they're a little bit larger pieces, made it extra nice and ooey, gooey, and chocolatey. And then I'll also share, if you do look up the recipe and go back and you're watching me make the recipe and you think I'm making it wrong, I did double the recipe. So everything I multiplied by 2.
Somebody else. I'm trying to
After I got it off of the mixer, I just gave it an extra little turn with my spatula there. I just wanted to fold in those chocolate chips. Didn't want to beat it too hard with the actual mixer. And then grabbed my cookie scoop. It said that these cookies should have 3 tablespoons in each cookie. So this cookie scoop that I have is about 3 tablespoons, and it made some pretty monster cookies. So I was a little bit worried about it, but they turned out just perfect. While the first batch cooks, I am going to quickly head upstairs and grab the vacuum. I've been noticing a lot of dust on that little thin edge by the stairs. So we vacuum the floors and I mop them and all of that stuff. But that little thin area right past the railing, I haven't really gotten to as much as I should have. And that is where dust loves to collect. Between all of the railings is probably where cobwebs collect and spiders and other little creatures like to hang out. So I really wanted to make sure I got that dusted. First batch of cookies are out. Second batch is ready to go in. And I grabbed a wire cooling rack to move those over and let them cool. And you'll see it made quite a few cookies as I continue to pull the batches out and add more cookies in. You can also see how many chocolate chips and chunks are in these cookies. They were really good. I know I said that before, but this is a recipe you really should try if you're looking for a staple for chocolate chip cookies. They actually didn't even taste that peanut buttery, but again, they do have peanut butter in them. So if you have an allergy to peanuts or you're bringing them to somebody who has an allergy, then this would not be a good recipe. I threw my rags in the wash, and you'll see I am using Tide detergent for this. We just bought this detergent because I felt like the rags weren't getting as clean as they should. If you've followed for a while, you know that I like using Branch Basics for my laundry detergent and like using as natural of cleaners that I possibly can. But when it comes to something like cleaning rags, it's not something that I'm putting on my body. I don't care about it quite as much. So using the Tide detergent with OxiClean is not a big deal at all to me. If you follow me on Instagram, you know the saga of this day. I was sharing on my stories as this day was going on. I was actually expecting our nursery furniture to be delivered and for us to have our newborn photo shoot the next day. But the guy came to the door who was supposed to deliver the furniture and said that another one of the delivery guys that was in the truck with him slipped and fell on ice at the previous house right before ours and actually hit his head. And so, of course, he was unable to help the other guy carry stuff up. It was supposed to be a white glove delivery service. They were going to bring everything upstairs for us, build it for us. The guy said the best that he could do was just to bring it into my front door and offered to reschedule for sometime the next week. But with the photo shoot being scheduled at our house, and I really wanted to do photos in our nursery, I just told him to bring it inside and we would figure it out. And I called Jim and told him I was going to do as much as I could while Jim was still working, because I seriously still wanted to try and get everything set up if we could and still keep this photo shoot scheduled as planned. Even though I got these parts of the crib up and was able to unpack them and stuff, we encountered 2 other issues. And the first one was that the dresser was way too large and heavy for Jim and I to get up the stairs alone. We really needed help to get it upstairs. And all of the drawer pulls on both the nightstand that we got and the dresser, they forgot to ship them. They weren't even on the delivery truck, so they forgot to ship them from California. So they are going to have to send those. We didn't actually even have an exact time for the photo shoot anyway, so the photographer that we hired was super nice. She actually just had a baby herself, so we agreed to push it back one more week. I think she probably appreciated the extra week with her newborn baby as well. And so hopefully by next week, we will have all of the nursery set up and can have our photo shoot the way that I kind of envisioned in my head. In the nursery, we'll also do some probably in our bedroom, maybe a few photos in the living room or in front of the house. She suggested that as well, which could be kind of fun. But some of you messaged me on Instagram and said just to keep going with the photo shoot and not to worry about it and to do photos in other areas of our house, which I totally see that point. But not having anything scheduled and set in stone, it really wasn't a big deal to me to push it back one more week. We'd already waited so long. And I really wanted to capture the moment of the cute little nursery that I've put a lot of thought into for Owen. And the other thing is, with moving into this house not that long ago and kind of slowly getting comfortable and decorating it, I don't feel like any other space in our house is fully decorated the way that I want it to be yet. Our bedroom is somewhat close. I still really want artwork on the wall behind our bed, but I'm envisioning some other pictures on our bed that could still be really cute even though there isn't artwork and stuff above it. But I felt like without having the nursery done as well, I just really wanted to wait. I had some clothes of Owen's that I had washed earlier in the day that I needed to fold. I was using the extra bedroom to fold his clothes, and that's actually a place that I've found myself doing a lot of our laundry is in the extra bedroom. I can quickly get things out of the dryer and out of the way, but then it's not taking up space on our bed or cluttering up any of our other spaces. So I've been using the extra bedroom to fold laundry recently. And without his nursery furniture, that's actually where we've been storing his clothing. I started by putting it on the floor of the nursery, but realized that didn't really make sense. We had to bend all the way down to the floor. Definitely not fair for Jim, who's over 6 feet tall. So the dresser in the guest room didn't have anything in there. So a few weeks ago, I moved everything over there and just kind of took over that dresser with all of Owen's stuff.
That you understand, you're the one who gives my life color. There is no one other. With your hand in mine, let me go by your side. Let me go by your side. I wanna stay in your sunlight. I wanna wake up with you by my side. Without you, there is no tomorrow.
I also got a shipment with some new coffee. I use K-Cups and bought a bulk pack of different flavors of decaf coffee. I drank decaf all the way through my pregnancy. I still kind of want to limit caffeine because I am breastfeeding. But at this point, I don't have any sort of addiction to caffeine anymore. I'm not really sure if I ever did, but it doesn't feel like I need to reintroduce caffeine anyway now that I'm not pregnant. Might as well just keep sticking with the decaf coffee. It's still part of my morning ritual, I guess, to have a cup of coffee every morning. And even though it's decaf, I still really enjoy that part of my morning.
Sometimes I wonder where you came from. You are special, yeah, you're special.
Thanks for another great Sophisticated Saturday. I hope you guys are getting a whole bunch of stuff done off of your to-do list, whatever day of the week you might be watching this video. If you liked today's video, I'd appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you guys later.